go. Suzanne Monk, host of the one and only original All Periscope cast about Donald J. Trump. All the news that's fit to Trump. Welcome everybody to the show. Indeed, make America great again. Hey, let me clean these glasses. Indeed, let me make America... I hope everybody watched the debates last night. The debate last night. Very, very exciting. I wanted to come in much better. I wanted to come in and give my analysis and then give you some information about what the online polls are saying and what people are saying about about the debate. Let me just say, I think Trump knocked it out of the park. 27 out of 30. We're going to talk about that. Knocked it out of the park. Absolutely. Controlled the conversation, both with Hillary and with Lester Holt. She would go off on her, he'd give her some time, let her go off on her little rant, and then come in and hit her again and again with her own negative record, often her own words. So key. He did not let Lester Holt off the hook either. You saw several moments where he actually said no and fact-checked Lester Holt, demanded Lester Holt let him finish answer the question, did you ask me the question? Should I answer the question? Some great moments where he didn't let Lester Holt, he let Lester Holt know he was there to lead and certainly control the conversation like a leader 65% of the time talking. 60 to 65%, that's what the polls are saying. Spent most of the time talking, most of the time we heard Donald Trump talking. That is a very good thing in the debate because that's more of your message getting out. Which, let me talk about that. Yeah, Holt only asked attack questions for him, but here's what I want to say. Donald Trump asserted many attacks on Hillary Clinton. He didn't need the moderator there to ask about Hillary Clinton's emails and these other criminal activities in the Clinton Foundation, other things that he brought up along the way, and we left many things in the quiver. You know, this is only round one. We're going to talk about that in the Trump Reason of the Day. He defended every attack and counterattacked repeatedly about things that Hillary Clinton had very little to do other than roll her eyes and look sarcastic. Definitely. He remained very respectful. He started out very respectful. You can ask that in the question and answer. We're going to go through the news about the debate and what everybody happened. So, she was very condescending, very smug. You remember at the part when she's like, oh, I'm going to get blamed for everything. And he goes, why not? And she goes, oh, yeah, I just say crazy things. Because he's not a libertarian anymore. And he supports TPP, which is globalist, and destroys individual freedom. Simple. That's why I don't support Gary Johnson, among many other reasons. He's not a libertarian anymore. So, additionally, he scored several points even with the audience. And we all know Lester Holt at one point had to admonish the audience from cheering for Donald Trump. If you listen to the whole debate, that's not the only time when the audience actually responded very positively to what Trump said in the debate. He sold his vision for America. Every time Hillary Clinton came up with solar panels or this or that, Donald Trump came back with the reality that we're in and what he wanted to do to change that reality and make America great again. Again and again and again. I think Donald Trump did absolutely everything very, very strong. He also made Hillary look very weak many, many times with the eye rolling and and sometimes she didn't know how to respond and calling her out again and again and again on many, many things. So, absolutely dude, you love that? When he was making the deal for the taxes, they said, oh, sure, I'll release, against my lawyer's wishes, I'll release taxes if Hillary releases her 33,000 emails. Boom! The audience went crazy. When he fact-checked Lester Holt on stop and frisk and the constitutionality again and again. Hillary Clinton's little fact-checker on her website, oh, look, it's checking off. It's worse than Snopes. And if you actually check the facts, the fact-checkers, the fact-checked fact-checkers, oh, those fact-checkers were bad. Many of the facts were bad, according to you guys get what I'm saying. The people who check. Oh, I know, that little, And then the shimmy giggle. Well, I don't know. I don't know. And the Democrats went after Trump with sexism, racism, everything they had. He got a chance to answer this ridiculous accusation of racist renting. He got to answer the ridiculous sexist attacks. He got to answer pretty much their whole entire battle plan. Boom. Boom. So, again, yeah, of course, ignore Trump when he talked about what he actually did in Florida, which is open it up to many races. And he's actually, I mean, all the pictures you've seen with him, with Jesse Jackson, is him getting honored for working with the African-American community by African-American leaders of the left. So, Donald Trump wasn't a racist until he went against Hillary Clinton and the Democrats. That is incorrect. It is incorrect. What you are citing is what appeared to be, in effect, more people being stopped and frisked than that does not, in fact, that is not a causal relationship in any way proven, which is why the case was ultimately able to be appealed and thrown out. Was thrown out and was to be appealed. But de Blasio didn't do it. That's the facts. So, when police have probable cause to stop you and frisk you, that's actually not unconstitutional. Just because they happen to be in crime neighborhoods and the people who are committing the crimes happen to be of one nationality or another, perhaps because of the neighborhood that it's in, perhaps because of economic reasons, perhaps because of family structure. I don't know. There's lots of reasons. Perhaps because of gang culture. There's a myriad of reasons why there is crime in ethnocentric neighborhoods and why young men of color, young black men, might come into contact with officers more often. There aren't a lot of white kids running around gangs, although there are some. And certainly there are plenty of white people who run into cops too. In fact, whites get shot more than blacks by cops. Statistically, that's just a fact. So, yeah, and she's kind of not doing well with the minority vote. So let's talk about this, you guys. You don't have to take my word for Donald Trump. Donald Trump won that debate. Won. You don't have to take my word for it. You can take the word of 27 out of 30 online polls. And polls from magazines like Trump. See, I'm so excited. Time Magazine, Slate Magazine, CNBC, CBS New York, Fortune Magazine, Variety Magazine, NBCNews.com, Heavy.com, the Las Vegas Sun, Fox 5 San Diego. The Las Vegas Sun had Trump 81 to Hillary's 19. Denver Post, that's just a few of them. I just gave you just a smattering. There's so many all across the country in many battleground states and even deep blue states. Consensus is, by far, Donald Trump won. Michael Moore said Donald Trump won. Wow. Yeah. No, he's not mad. He's not happy about it. He's trying to rally up his troops, but... Now, let me explain something to you. Yes, do not believe the mainstream media, because immediately after coming out, even on Fox, Hillary won. The news immediately came out. Let me tell you about a story I watched today on Fox News, okay? They had the pollster had come to talk about, they have the line where it goes, and it's like the blue line is the Democrats and the red line is the Republicans, and then the yellow line is the independents. And they were showing how the independents and the Republicans did kind of the same thing, and the Democrats did the same thing. And they had graded, at the end of the debate, the Democrats and Republicans in this poll had graded Hillary and Trump's performance. And Hillary got 2 C's from the Republicans and the independents, and a B. And Trump got 2 B's, a B from the Republicans and the independents, who voted the same, and a C from the Democrats. So, the pollster immediately then said, so that obviously shows a net gain for Hillary Clinton because she did better with independents than we thought she would. So according to the news, to Fox News this morning and their pollster, 2 C's and a B are better than 2 B's and a C. But we all know that's not true. We all know that's some Common Core math crap. We all know that. That says that Donald Trump won. You know what else it says? It says that we have taken hold of the independent voter. And if you look at that, the debate with the little line along the bottom, you will see the independents again and again and again going for Donald Trump. No, it's very, no, you guys, Chris Wallace is a registered Democrat. That's what I read today. I'm not certain, but they say Lester Holt is a registered Republican, but I have never seen anybody so softballing, handing Fed lines to any other candidate more than Hillary Clinton in my life. So, I think that man-made climate change and the solutions that are brought to us by the big banks and the progressive left are in fact a scheme to rob the Americans of their vast energy resources and cuckold them from the rest of the world, such as OPEC and other oil-producing nations who won't be so green-friendly. And evidence actually supports what I'm saying. That in fact, not only has there been many scientists that have come out and questioned and spoken directly against the man-made effects of climate change, we know that there has been an ongoing conspiracy by the scientists who started that, to work with the global elite to crush American energy independence. So it is. It is what it is. The vacuum that Obama left did create ISIS. That's right. But these are questions, see, during question and answer. So you are welcome to stay around during question and answer, because what I want to talk about for a minute right now, this is before the polls have come out, the new polls. This is just currently the polls on the Real Clear Politics average. Now, if the election were held today, and in fact, if you divide the polls up, the battleground states, Trump takes all of the states that he's leading in, and Hillary Clinton takes all the states. She leads in Florida only by 0.5. Okay? So if we take all of our states and she takes all of her states and we manage to win Florida, we get that 0.5, we get back up in the polls there in Florida, maybe we get the vote out, we win the presidency. Additionally, there's about 5 other ways involved with, what I mean is we don't need Pennsylvania. We don't need Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Virginia, Wisconsin. We don't need any of those. Just the states we have. Ohio, where we lead by 2. Arizona, where we lead by 2. Colorado, where we lead by 5. Georgia, where we lead by 4.5. Iowa, where we lead by 5. Missouri, where we lead by 10. Nevada, where we lead by 2.3. And North Carolina, where we lead by 1. If we take Florida, we win. If we take Florida, we win. See, you are full of misinformation. You don't listen to the rules. That's not question and answer time. Sorry. So, you guys, if we do well in Florida, we're in. In like Flynn. I know, like, the economy is nothing. People's jobs are nothing. The middle class wages going down and down and down are nothing. The violence in our inner cities and across the country is nothing. The terrorism coming over our borders is nothing. It's all solar panels. Did you see the solar panel thing? He ripped her up on the solar panel thing. Oh my gosh. We've wasted so much money. She has no idea how to run a business. She has no idea about how much energy a business spends. We've repeatedly failed at this investment model that Hillary Clinton, we need to invest to make jobs. No, you need to let businesses invest. People who have a profit motive. Why are you so, I'm sorry, commie, Hillary? He did great on the economy. I think he fought back at every attack, every single one. And I appreciate what he said about the birther issue, and he hit Hillary hard and accurately. Again. So great. Now let me tell you a little story just before this, and then we'll do a question and answer. Just to wrap up, if we took all these battleground states, all the states which are within relatively the margin of error, we would have 350 electoral votes. Just saying. Now, I spent the debate at Zany Chicago. Zany Chicago here in my beautiful city is a comedy club. We held a debate watch party with 2 teams of comics, right-wing comics, left-wing comics, and we live commented the debate. absolutely one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, you guys. I'm in Chicago. The room is packed of people of all different kinds, young people, old people, all there to watch the debate and listen to some comics. Many times during the debate, the crowd actually shushed the comics so they could listen to what was going on in the debate. This election has captured people's imagination more than you would ever imagine, and there were many people there, not in any way a majority, but certainly in Chicago. A good, healthy round of applause for people who are supporting Trump in the election, and I think a few more people who probably are supporting Trump but didn't want to clap. So I represented excellently for our team, you guys, and we will see if the news shows any of that footage. Good thing I to do. Play the video, Dane Placco. I did an interview with Dane Placco at the Chicago rally/riot, and it was a great interview, and he never showed it. I'm just pointing that out. Let's talk about rallies. As I promised, Donald Trump would be packing the rally schedule up as soon as the debate ended. Wednesday, Council Bluffs, Iowa. Also, Wednesday, Waukesha, Wisconsin, 6 p.m. So, Council Bluffs, Iowa, 3 p.m. We're up by 5 there. Waukesha, Wisconsin, 6 p.m. We're down by 5 there. So, it's a good place to go. Bedford, New Hampshire, 3 p.m. where we are, I think, down by 5. Mike Pence is going to be in Leftonia, Ohio. We are up in Ohio by 2 by the Real Clear Politics average. That's on Wednesday at 6 p.m. And then York, Pennsylvania at 2:30 p.m. on Thursday. And like I said, we're only down 1.8 in Pennsylvania now. I think I missed one. Thursday in Bedford, New Hampshire. That's where Trump will be. Friday in Novi, Michigan, which again, we're only down by 4 there. So Trump is hitting the battleground states like a wildfire. Let's do some question and answers. I think that's hilarious, actually. Trump only sleeps when Hillary's talking. I try not to sleep when Hillary's talking. I loved the exchange where Trump mentioned that she stayed home and Hillary tried to say her very pat, very rehearsed little line, I prepared to be president. No, you planned to be president because you think it's your turn. But that's not how the American people work. You don't get a turn to be president. You have to show the American voter that you are the best candidate. And last night's debate did not, in fact, show that whatsoever. So, let's do question and answer. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys had about the debate, about what's going on in the polls, about what does Trump do with his donations? You mean to the campaign? Some of those campaign donations are going to the RNC. Some of them are going to ad buys across the country. I've been seeing ads myself here in Illinois, as well as there are ads in the battleground states across the country, as well as to operate campaign offices and many of the other things. He has a lot of money in reserve, I'm presuming, for a blitz of ads as we move forward in the last few days. You know, there's probably the best studies show that placing battleground ads closer to the election have better effect because we haven't become bored of them. So they're starting to see ads in Texas. You're starting to see ads. There's a lot of places across the country you are starting to see ads. So he's in fact spending that money, but he's also hoarding it for a blitz towards the end, especially as we start to see these Senate races tighten up over the next couple weeks. What else you got? Let everybody type. I'm jacked, you guys. I'm really jacked. Did you notice Hillary's right eye last night? I did notice the moment where she was a little woozy and certainly sort of had this like face that she would kind of make that didn't seem maybe she was just really seething mad. You know, sometimes people are like really seething mad. I believe she was, given the questions prior, Jojo. I really think so, because it sounded like a script. When Lester Holt would ask her the questions, she would say, "That's an interesting question, Lester. I'm glad you asked that." And it just was so... And did you notice a few moments where Trump had commented and had sort of called her out on something, and she responded, but in a way that didn't really have anything to do with Trump. But what Trump had said, just kind of in a like odd, like just saying the next line even when it didn't make sense. Have you ever seen when actors, they get off script and someone just says their next line and it's not really the next line, so it doesn't make any sense? Yeah, I think Trump is very nice to Hillary. I totally agree. I think he was very... this is what I think. I think he treated her like any other candidate. I think he did not defer to her because she was a woman. I think he did very good hitting her hard, but I think he was very respectful in the beginning. And frankly, that did win over some of my more left-leaning friends who thought that he should be more like that all the time. And I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. People on the left think that because they are that she did the script. But I tell you, I was in a bar full of like maybe 60%, 65% left people, Hillary voters, former Bernie voters, and they left kind of grumpy. They did not feel that great about their performance in the debate. No, he did very good not calling her any names. But he didn't call her Crooked Hillary. He called her Secretary Clinton, which frankly I think was pretty clever